What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, 5-Star Trading. Today's video is going to be a recap of August 17, 2021, where I took two trades, one on NIO for a net profit of $291 and the other one on Roku for a profit of $154. So let's jump into the intro and get to the video. Okay, so the first trade of the day was on NIO. So right now I'm just making sure I have everything intact. The market is about to open any minute now. This is a recap of August 17, where I'll be letting you guys into my thought process on why I took this trade and why I felt confident taking this trade. So the market is about to open in any second now, so I'm just making sure. And right out the gate, NIO with a big red candle straight to the downside. So I wanted to be patient. I didn't want to enter right away. I wanted to see how the market was going to react. And the market, the SPY and the Qs to the downside while the UVXY is marching upwards. So right now I'm just glancing at the option chain and I see a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers on the put side. So I wanted to be a little patient because I knew that NIO was going to run because it have a gap to fill. So I just wanted to wait for a good entry point. So I didn't want to rush it. I wanted to take my time. So price was stalling at the 77-cent range. So right there, big green candle coming in the 1 minute chart, but got rejected and got pushed back. But it kept fighting, which let me know that buyers were starting to come in. But sellers were strong at that moment and they pushed price down, which was a good thing for me because I wanted to get in as low as possible. You can see there's a lot of selling in that first 5-minute candle. And right when they get to that support line that I have, the green line, you can see that price is starting to respect that line and start to push up. So I wanted to get long here, but I wasn't able to get filled. I didn't want to chase, but I also didn't want this trade to get away from me. I didn't want to enter too high, but it looked like at that moment NIO was ready to explode. So I was hoping that it come back a little bit so I could get a better entry. And right there you can see at the yellow line and price was not able to break that line at first. And second green candle shows a lot of momentum behind it. And I wanted to enter there, but I just wanted to give it some time because I know that it was a battle between the buyers and the sellers. And this stock has been on the downtrend for the last month, so I didn't want to enter too early and got caught up in the chop. So I wanted to be patient with my first trade of the day and see if I could enter at a good price where I could be comfortable and then the market do what it do. And you can see on the 2-minute chart that buyers are starting to come in. And my order got rejected again. I'm trying to get in, and here goes NIO to the upside. So it's kind of difficult trying to enter this trade when price was moving up so fast that it wasn't able to fill me. So right there I was able to get filled. And I pulled up my P&L. And here goes NIO to the upside. So right there, that let you know I was in a good trade. As soon as I entered, NIO started marching up. So at that moment, I'm looking to scale out, but I wanted to give it some time because I know that it has a gap to fill. And I wanted to at least attempt to get close to that gap before I can start taking any profits. So NIO is looking real strong. All indication is showing bullish for NIO. So I'm just letting my winners run. So I'm in with 5 contracts. Right now I'm just waiting to see if NIO's gonna give me another leg up. And you can see the red candle coming in, but buyers are pushing it back up, but sellers do not want price to go any higher. Right there was a good sign. And look at NIO. So at the moment, I knew that if I could be a little bit more patient, that NIO will definitely run. So I wanted to be very, very patient with this trade, and look at it go. Big green candle, showing a lot of momentum behind that. A lot of buyers coming in. You look at the volume. I'm always looking at volume for confirmation. Look at the volume. There's nothing but buying coming in right there. That's a big green candle on the 5-minute. So I'm just letting NIO march and march. I'm already up over $100. And right there, I've put an order to sell 4 contracts that got filled. So I got 1 more contract left. And I didn't scale out of this contract later on, until later on. So I'm gonna stop the video here and fast forward it. So as you can see, NIO had a strong pullback. So I drew a trend line, a descending trend line, and also got a support trend line drawn as well. So I'm just waiting for price to break that trend line so I can know that, so I can scale out of that last position. that I am in NIO. And right there, big green candle with a lot of volume behind it. A lot of volume. And at this moment, I just felt good about this trade. And I knew that NIO was going to run up back to a higher day. And if you pay attention to the volume, you can see that buyers are starting to step up. If you look at the 5-minute chart, you know, that big green bar has a lot of volume in it. And you can see that on the 2-minute chart as well. So the purple line, I like to use the purple line as my dark pool levels. So I'll just set my dark pool levels so I can know where those levels are. And prices above that dark pool level letting me know that the institutional buyers are heavy in NIO right now. And they're pushing price up. So that was a good sign. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit more to get to where I scale out of the last position on NIO. All right, NIO was still marching up. I had to add a few more contracts to my position because I just knew that NIO was so strong. So I wanted to add a little bit more contract, a little bit more size to my position so I could scalp out some more profits. So NIO's looking very, very strong. Another big green candle on the 5-minute chart with a lot of buying, not too much selling. So right now I'm just waiting for the right price. I just scaled out a few positions. And now I'm down to a couple left. So I'm looking to sell 2 right now. Just want to make sure that NIO have some more room to run. Because I'm looking at the 1-minute chart and you can see volume is still increasing. So just waiting for another leg up, and I knew that NIO had it in it to keep pushing. So didn't want to sell too soon, and you can see that it's not a lot of selling pressure. Price is barely moving down, and I'm just waiting for NIO to just skyrocket it. And with that green candle, it just showed some more indication of NIO have more potential to the upside. Right there, another big green candle on NIO, just continuously pushing up. I just scale. I didn't get filled there. Placed another order to sell. Just got filled. Got one more contract left. Man, NIO is so strong today. Just trying to get out of the last position, and boom, NIO just exploded. Just exploded. Just strong movement to the upside. So I'm trying to sell this last contract. Just want to see how high NIO can go. Just look at the momentum. So I just placed the sell at 139. The price doesn't look like I want to get it. Nope. But buyers are strong. Price is not going any lower. But NIO just very, very, very strong today. Like I said, it had a gap to fill, so I was very confident in NIO. You know, very, very bullish on NIO. And I just set an order to sell right here. And I got filled out of my last position on NIO. So that was the trade on NIO, which was a successful trade. I was able to make $291. And as you can see, NIO continued to move forward, but I was happy with the gains that I was able to obtain. So on to the next trade, Roku. Alright guys, here's Roku. And I want to apologize. I wasn't able to record the whole video on the trade Roku. I didn't realize that I didn't hit the record button, but this is what I have. So I drew a trend line when I was waiting for price to cross above that trend line, just like with NIO. So Roku was a little bit tougher to trade because the advanced decline was down. Both SPYs and the Qs came down after that massive run up, and the UVXY was marching up. So with that being said, Roku had a lot of bearish sentiment, and if you look at the 5-minute chart, all that price action came down from when market opened. So I was hoping for a bounce so I can ride Roku back up, at least to VWAP or to back to higher day. And I already scaled out of some of the contracts that I have, so I only have one contract left of Roku, and I'm just waiting to scale out of that contract. So big green candle on the 1-minute chart with a squeeze on the 1-minute and the 5-minute, and also a squeeze on the hourly chart. So Roku looked like it can have a little pop, and that's all I wanted to see, is to catch that little pop. I'm a scalper, you know, that's what I do. I scalp, so I try to get in and get out, take the quick profit, and continue on with my trading day. And right there you see Roku is starting to pop, and volume is starting to come in for confirmation. If you look at the 2 minute chart, you see nothing but buyers. There's no selling pressure. And right there, you can see that Roku is starting to move up with a lot of bullish momentum. So I was happy to see that, and I'm just waiting to scale out of this last contract that I'm in. But I wanted Roku to run up a little bit higher. And Roku was having a tough time just breaking that resistance line that you see up there. And right there, you see a lot of selling pressure starting to come in. But if you look at the wicks, that's showing that price couldn't move any higher, and sellers came back and pushed price back down. So Roku was very stubborn. The market was very choppy at this point. It was just a choppy day for the market in general. So I just wanted to get out of this last position and just didn't want to get caught up in all this sideways movement. And price just halted there for a while. Price did not want to move up. Price did not want to move down. And it finally showed a sign of it just coming down. But the 5 minute, look at the 5 minute, it still haven't broken that support line. So I knew that the Roku can bounce from here. And I was paying attention to the 5 minute. I was waiting for that squeeze to happen on the 5 minute on my TTM squeeze. And if price would have continue to move lower, I was ready to sell out. But a green candle opened up, so that's a good sign. But it turned red instantly, which was like, come on, Roku. But I was very, very calm and patient in this trade. It was just a choppy day, so the market was moving slower than usual. You can see that Roku is starting to reject that trend line. But I'm still paying attention to that 5 minute chart because I know that squeeze haven't happened yet, and that's what I'm waiting for the squeeze to happen so I could scale out of this last position. Excuse me. Right there with that green candle showing that some buyers are behind that. And boom, you can see price just gapped up. On the 1 minute, you see price just gapped up. So I knew that Roku had a popped in it. Didn't know how long it was gonna go, and there it goes. You see the strong momentum behind Roku. That's the squeeze I was waiting on, guys. This is why I anticipated. This is why I be patient in my trades. I don't rush them. When I look at the chart, look at the daily, the 5 minute, the 1 minute, the 2 minute. When everything aligns, it just makes the trading day a whole lot easier to know what's going on, what is the chart showing me, and what is the story that's being told by the market. So just trying to scale out of this last position right here. Just waiting for it to pop a little bit more before I can sell this last contract. And Roku was taking its sweet time. I was in this trade for at least 30 to 45 minutes. And right there, you see that nice pop on Roku. And I was ready to sell because I knew that that's probably the last pop it was going to have of the day. So with that price being rejected, price struggling to make it any higher. So I wanted to scale out and just be safe and just take my profits. And boom, last contract sold right there. That was the trade on Roku, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you want more videos like this, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that post notification every time I drop a new video. Until next time, peace.